Having already set the units in 3D Studio, I'm going to create a virtual studio so we can model the sword. So the first thing I'm going to do is work in the perspective mode. I'm just going to maximize this screen because I don't need the other screens for the moment. And I'm going to create a box, and I've estimated the sword to be 1.2 meters high, so I'm going to make my box 1.2 meters tall and 10 centimeters by 10 centimeters in length and width. Okay, so that's going to be used as a gauge so I can set my images up to model the sword. I'm going to work in the front view here, so I'm going to press F, which changes to the front view, and I'm going to create a plane to use to place the image on so I can model the sword in front of it. And I'm going to make that 1.5 meters by 1.5 meters, and it has to be perfectly square so I don't get distortion. Okay, so now I've got the plane. I'm going to open the material editor. I'm just going to work in the compact mode. And I'm going to set the diffuse material of the first material to the image we saved from Photoshop. Now I should have a folder here for this workshop, and there's the image we resized. And I'm going to attach that to the plane, and I'm going to make sure I can view it in the viewport. Okay, so there is the sword in the background, and I'm just going to resize this now by pressing the Arc key for scale and ensure the sword is approximately 1.2 meters tall. I'm going to switch back to the perspective mode and place this plane in the background out the way. I'm going to make sure it's zeroed. So it's 0 there. And I'm going to duplicate it by pressing rotate and holding down shift, and it will create a clone of the object. And I'm going to move this off on the x-axis and over here, so I've got a studio in the background that I can use as the basis to model. Really, I need to freeze these so I can't select them and I can't move them again in the future. So I'm going to just click on the display properties and make sure frozen images aren't shown in grey, that I can still see the texture. So this object and this plane I'm making sure I can see, and I'm going to freeze them here so I can't click on them again.